Hello again. Now, a video released by BBC Two showing a parody on the popular reality show Real Housewives of Atlanta has caused a storm online. Real Housewives of ISIS does show 4 imaginary wives struggling with their daily routines, such as choosing a dress for a beheading and having a matching suicide belt. The video got a mixed reaction from viewers online. Some did find it distasteful or not funny at all. Viewers also called it disappointing and racist, but others did believe that the joke succeeded and that mocking terrorists is the best way to confront them. Well, we discussed this with Mohammed Shafiq. He's Chief Executive of the Ramadan Foundation, and also John Gaunt from Talk to Me Radio.
I think it's amazingly funny, the little bit I've seen, and it is taking the mickey out of thick, silly Muslim girls who think they're going to get a better life if they go and live in Syria and Iraq. I thought it was very, very funny.
I think it's quite distasteful. I don't think satirising the suffering of our citizens and innocent people, thousands have been killed at the hands of these brutal terrorists, is something to satirise.
How is this sketch going to put your life in danger? If you actually think we need to divert young Muslims away from it, how will this put your life or their life in danger?
The barbaric crimes they've committed, we've seen over these past few years, the way they've beheaded people, they've burnt people, they've drowned people, and they've killed and maimed thousands in Iraq and in Syria and across Europe as well, as we just brutally saw in Berlin a few days ago, and also in Istanbul. So, you know, my focus, if you like, is about taking on the ideology of violence behind ISIS and keeping it very serious. This is a very serious business when there are people using violence to kill innocent people. And
also, you know, we're talking about democracy here, and we're talking about freedom of speech and freedom of expression. You see, that's the wonderful thing about living in 21st century tolerant liberal Britain. We have freedom of expression and freedom of speech, and therefore all flavours, all views can be put forward, and so can comedy and so can ridicule.
You do not understand the environment in which we are operating as people within the Muslim community that are at the front line of defeating this ideology and stopping our country from being attacked from terrorism. And that's what it's about. That's a serious business, and you may not think it's, you know, it's a laughing matter when it comes to people like myself and other prominent Muslims who've received death threats, but well, that sticks to your agenda.
But why are you getting your knickers in a twist about a bit of comedy? You need to enter the modern world and understand that ridicule, satire, political comedy is important. It's a weapon that can be used in a positive way.
That may be a laughing matter for John Gaunt. He'll have to answer for that. Muslims are very happy about laughing and joking, and we've got a pretty good sense of humour when it comes to that. Why don't you come out with me one evening to a Muslim comedy show, and you can see Muslims very happily laughing at themselves and laughing at their culture and faith.
That was a debate we had here in RT a little earlier. Well, the timing of the BBC show does come on the day 2 years ago when ISIL terrorists attacked the French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. It was targeted by the radicals because of its sketch of the Prophet Muhammad. That cartoon raised the subject of balance between free speech and respect for religious rights. During the attack on the magazine's office, 12 people died and 11 were injured. That terror act became a starting point for a number of attacks throughout Europe in 2015 and 2016.